every day. She always has to sit by me and just stare and be weird. And now that I'm filming her, and she knows she got in trouble because she tried to run away again, she is hiding. I don't understand dog logic. Hi guys, so I'm changed, I'm dressed, I'm ready. Right now I'm going over student work, and basically what I do with like student work is like my school is utilizing Google Classroom at the moment. And with Google Classroom, what I do as an art teacher is I post PowerPoints of the lesson. I have textbooks that I use. We have like Art in Focus, and then I have like a painting technique book, and I also have a drawing textbook as well of like lessons and things to go over in drawing class. So right now I am just kind of going over it. And so what we typically do is I post a PowerPoint, and they also they go through it and read it and answer the questions. They will not know the answers to the questions unless they read the PowerPoint, which is me basically taking what's in the textbook and putting in PowerPoint, which takes me hours and hours to do just one lesson, and there's usually 2 to 3 lessons in a chapter, so it's absolutely ridiculous. But and then what we do at the end of the chapter is we also like do kind of like a quick like rundown, and then they have their actual art project based off of what we learned. So this week it's creating their own still life. So what they have to do is when I do my art projects with the students, I have them do the projects, take pictures, whether it's like, so last week they had to set it up, so they set up their still life, how to take pictures, and then write 5 to 7 sentences. So basically around a paragraph. They can write more if they feel, about the process, about what they're doing, about what they're thinking when they're doing all of this and all that fun stuff, as well as create or like add pictures so I can see and I can help out in whatever way and critique that way. They also do the same thing with their actual artwork. So if they're just doing like the written lessons, which would be like just like the projects and stuff aside from Zoom classes, then what they will do is that same thing. Once they finish their project, they'll take pictures of their finished piece, and then they have to write a paragraph about it. For the Zoom classes, they have to take a picture of the piece that they have up to, or if it's the finished final piece, what they finished, and then they have to write about what they learned and all these other things. So I'm trying to like teach them like important strong writing skills, because going into school, whether it's art school, whether it's college, or even like any other thing in life, if you want to go into an art gallery, you have to have proper writing skills. You have to really talk about your process as an artist, and this really, really helps them. So I really want them to fully like embrace themselves when writing, and that's basically how I go about it. I enjoy it very much. I love working with the kids and like seeing their writing, because then it kind of helps me understand them besides seeing their artwork and critiquing. I think that that's a lot easier. I would like Google Classroom to my glasses are being weird. I would like Google Classroom to have an option to where we can do a discussion where they post their work and all the students have to write about each other, what they think about the other person's like artwork and stuff like that. That would be a really great thing for me to see and utilize, but I don't think it does. If it does, let me know, because I want to know how to like do that. And I mean, like, I've tried to check, but I don't quite see it. So yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. So I'm gonna kind of get down and grunt it into this, and so that way that I can finish today and also finish doing attendance, because I need to keep attendance log going right now, because I have to do it by this and this. So I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. So for the most part, I kind of like I'm up to here on this strip of doing like the second layer of the flooring. I don't quite like it, but you know, like I'm just kind of taking it layer by layer, and I think it'll get better once I like kind of work out like this area, I think. Like, so I think it's kind of like slowly coming along as time is going on, which I'm not too like upset about. Like, I'm cool with it. So yeah, that's what I'm working on. I went shopping for my class. I didn't know quite what I needed, so I got a 2-pack of 20 by 20, and then I got this 3-pack of 18 by 24. I also got like tons of canvases in there, and then stuff in the back just to kind of start. And I know I'm gonna need some white acrylic paint, so I just bought another white because my white is kind of running out. So I bought a huge chunk of it. Oh, I forgot Mod Podge. Oh well, or like, you know, like something more glossy. Oops. But yeah, so I went, and basically where my town is under kind of like a lockdown right now. It's at 6. We're not supposed to go outside due to like issues that we're having. So I came home earlier than I expected. I was gonna go to my mom's house and kind of hang out a little bit, but clearly that's not happening. So I'm gonna kind of like stay at home and finish painting, and then I kind of want to like paint on other things. Like I have these 2 that I sketched out, but I feel like I'm just gonna have to paint over them because I don't know where those pictures are, as well as like I want to paint something different, so I can paint on those. And I'm going to kind of finish this one today. And I actually made I also with that wooden tree and the owl, I bought wall hanging stuff. So I put the wall hanging like hooks and things on there, and then I also attached the hooks that goes on the wall so you could hang it. So that's like also going to be included, whoever buys those. Oh, these are my watercolor pencils. I haven't actually watercolored in quite some time. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of like sort, and I'm like reorganizing everything, trying to figure out where I want things and how I want them to. So hopefully that kind of helps, but I'm not quite sure if it does. My brother bought me boba, but I didn't quite like it. I don't like sweet teas, but the one he got me is like a sweet, so I didn't like it. So I put it in the fridge for Chris to have when he gets home if he wants it. And then I also bought him Boston baked beans because he likes those. Trying to think what else. I didn't think I grabbed anything else because it was in a rush, and like the store was closing at 5 and I only had like 20 minutes to get everything. I was trying to get a new cat's tongue because I don't know what happened to my cat's tongue. It's just like, maybe I accidentally used it for like a Mod Podge or something, and like even like adding water to it, like it's just messed up like that. So I'm gonna need a new cat's tongue, probably like a larger scale cat's tongue. I mean, it'll probably still work, but it's not at the texture that I like and I'm used to using it with, so I'm gonna have to fix that. And yeah, and then tomorrow I do have to wake up early, which I don't know if I will. I know I should be able to, but I have to wake up early because I need to go into my classroom and pick stuff up. So I will be there from 10 to 11, and then I have to come back home, and then when I come back home I have to go and do a teacher evaluation meeting, so I've got to prep for that. So that's also why I'm kind of cleaning, because I don't know if we're gonna have like a Zoom or what's going on, so I kind of really have to prep and make that like complete that and get that over with. And I'm feeling so exhausted right now, like not gonna lie, I feel like really exhausted. I think just being outside really exhausts me, and like the heat, so I'm like right now. So that's one thing I do have to do. I think I'm gonna kind of hang up the finished drawings like on my like inspiration wall up here. It doesn't kind of go with the color scheme, but I think I can hang it up like right here by the window, and even like maybe like a couple right here. just to kind of have like a just to have my drawings up and out of the way and off my easel, so I can stick my canvases on the easel instead, like my newer ones, so I have like a set away place. And then I need to somehow take my books, I need to go and like figure out how I can donate them, along with the bag of clothes. I need to donate them somewhere too, so because they're in here and they're taking up space that I don't need and I don't want, so I gotta do something about that. Yeah, so it's kind of been a little bit of a chunk of my day of what I've kind of been slowly doing. I haven't really been doing that much though, besides that. And I wasn't really gone for that long. I wanted to go to Target, but because I need leave-in conditioner and like a couple other things, but Target wasn't open due to us being in like crazy lockdown, so that didn't get to happen. But that's okay because I can do other things, I guess. So I'm going to let you go and start painting and finishing, especially finishing up this one. For my brother, because he really wants it done. That's not bad. So yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye. So this is kind of what I have so far. Pretty much a lot of it's done. The only thing that I really have to do is finish like the cat, and then on the cat it has like wording on it, so then I just have to work on that, but it's kind of coming along okay. Hi guys, so today is Monday. I actually don't go to my classroom till tomorrow. For some reason I thought it was Monday, but it's Tuesday the 2nd. As you probably just saw from the clip before, I just finished oops I just finished that painting my brother asked me to do. So it's finished and done, and I know for sure, like, right now, I, like, where I'm at, I live in, like, Los Angeles County, so it's, like, a broad spectrum of LA, and there's, like, a lot going down with, like, protesting and, like, violence and stuff like that, so I'm trying to, like, keep myself safe. And, you know, I went out yesterday not knowing that stuff was going down, and I was just thinking like, hey, I need to get stuff for my classes, and this is what I know I'll need, so that I can't get from what I have back at my school. So I grabbed things like my canvases and stuff, and so I'm just trying to like stay home, relax, do some like things that are gonna be more like what I need to do in preparation for all of that. And I am also kind of just doing a lot and handling that as best as I can, especially without leave-in conditioner, because I have this like hair cream stuff, but it doesn't do anything. It makes my hair look like not as soft, and it like kind of sounds crispy or whatever, especially at the ends, and the ends is where I like really need it because the old previous dye from before. And so, you know, what I am going to continue doing is I think I'm gonna kind of paint over some of my 5x7 canvases and do some new paintings on those, as well as like I'm going to paint on my heart that I got. And the reason why I'm painting on my heart is because that was kind of like a just for fun one. I think I have a couple ideas. Like I'm thinking about doing the Honeydukes sign in the heart because I absolutely love Harry Potter and I love the pinks and I want that brightness, but we'll see what I actually do. What I'm also planning on is just kind of like getting a lot of things done that I feel like need to get done, because sometimes I just am not on it. Like right now I need to kind of like just assess, kind of go into my class and see like if they're like what they're doing, and like if they already put like a supply list. It would be nice if they did, but you know, if they don't, not gonna hurt, not gonna be a problem. And just kind of like mentally prepare myself for getting into the painting group and waking up, and like, because I need to start waking up instead of like sleeping in, so that way I can get a lot more work done for my classes and stuff like that. And it's gonna be a long track of painting, I know that's for sure, because I am naturally just like, I paint, but I like definitely sparsely paint, so especially when I'm busy, so I kind of want to get into the habit of just, does it matter, sit down and paint at least 30 minutes a day kind of thing. Trying to get back into that motivational groove, because I let what I'm doing with other stuff really dictate what I need to do for everything as a whole, which is a little bit harder too, but you know, it's something to kind of manage and get through, and really like associate like, hey, this is really like, I just need to sit down and like work. It doesn't matter, like keep that track going, keep that motivation going, and I know it'll work. So I'm just kind of taking the time with that, and also kind of like getting into the groove. Like, I love painting with candles, but I know if I'm going to have to use mediums, I won't use candles, so I kind of want to switch out to different types of things and all that fun stuff. And also like emailing students and things if they need anything to let me know, and like all that stuff, because it's a long process. Like, I feel like a lot of this stuff has been a long process for me to try to like undergo, especially with like, you know, being stuck at home, learning a schedule at home that works, which I didn't quite get what I wanted, but you know, I'm kind of like still gravitating towards it, and also trying to like self-care, as well as kind of just really prepare for like the next few months of what I'm gonna do in school and with my students. So that's gonna be a big thing, where we are just gonna have to kind of like go over it and just like figure a lot of things out that I never thought I would have to figure out. Like, oh, how am I gonna do this, or how am I gonna do that? And it's gonna be tons of like worksheets and tons of like just tons of everything, where I just never expected that we would be going over. And I have to do a lot of planning, and planning is odd for me because I go with it, but at the same time, like, I get easily distracted, and it's not as entertaining to me as like actually doing projects or like actually doing like other things. And so like I have to really like gear it in, and I think this painting class that I'm taking is really going to help me gear and get a foundation of things, and like how to specifically do it a lot better, because I do that with drawing really well, because I've taken drawing, I understand kind of like the structure and getting into the groove of it. But painting is a little bit hard, and same with like art history. So I think that those classes, you know, is going to take a lot of time for me to kind of like gear and groove and understand, because I know my junior artist class, I could use my 4th grade book and then tweak it to be a middle school average, because I get a mix of kids. I don't get just 8th grade at one time or just 6th grade. I get middle school, all of middle school, they're all mixed, so I get 6th, 7th, and 8th at the same time. And then for my high school classes, I get freshmen to seniors, and sometimes somehow my middle schoolers are interlooped into my high school classes, which I found odd, because I know what kids are there, but they, you know, they're in my class, but they're technically middle school. So it's something that I have to remember and like try to keep it as leveled as I can, especially because a lot of these kids aren't, you know, they're all in different levels, and which is why I can understand why the previous teachers just kind of like, okay, so this is generally what you're doing, you know, gave him a lot of creative liberty, which is great, but at the same time, because they're in so many different levels, it's a struggle to like hone and create lessons. And my job is to teach, not to just be a watcher, because I feel like a lot of the times like they're used to that babysitting aspect of, oh, you just sit here and watch me do my artwork and that's it. And you know, that's not how I like to learn, and that's not how you learn art, especially in like art school or art colleges, or just when you take art classes in general. You really don't learn that way as much. And I want to allow creative liberty, but I also want to teach them like, hey, you're still going to learn a lot, and this and that. And you know, I do have a lot of students talking to me about that. Like, one of my students did a pretty decent job and like with his still life drawing, and he was kind of struggling because he didn't quite understand the value. And I told him, you know, what you need to do is, because he had a clear quartz crystal and his piece is make the background darker because it matched with the crystal quartz, which is kind of not what it should have been. And you know, like to either use white charcoal, or you know, if it's toned paper, but if not, you know, go in with, you know, keep the background very, very like a lot darker to enhance the whiteness that isn't quite there. And so giving tips like that, like with experience, I know that this is how you can do that to enhance all these things. But a lot of the students don't know that. And so personally, that is what my job is, and trying to like find that inspiration to do that for my kiddos is a top priority. So with that being said, I am going to kind of end the vlog here. I am going to edit everything that I have, and you will see it all posted together. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for being super great about, you know, sticking to it and enjoying and watching what we are doing here in my studio, in my classroom. And I'm still going to continue today and like showing like a little bit step by step. I think I'll just do like a quick time-lapse video of what I'm working on something specific. I think that'll be a little bit more fun. So I shall see you guys next time. Bye.